Hi, I'm Chris. This is Miller Plays, and we're doing another rebuild. Well, I've got to fit something in before FM26 lands. Hopefully, the beta's out next week, and the last couple of these after this one will drop, and then we can start on FM26. But in the meantime, we are doing one further challenge. We're going to Scotland. We're going to try and beat Celtic and Rangers and Hearts. So we go into the capital and we're taking on the Hibernian. Have appointed me as the new manager. So we'll get into it. We'll get the squad looked at. It's straight off the bat. So we're going to have loads of players that are here on contracts that we don't want. So this first season's pretty much a write-off. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah. I think we're in the Conference League, so fingers crossed we can get somewhere in Europe. But the ambition here is to certainly be a Champions League qualifying club, hopefully win the league. 5 years, can we do it? Can we overturn Celtic in that time? Who knows? Rightio, a quick look at the squad, and we have a squad of however many. 22 players there. Yeah, we don't want you. I don't. There we go. Got rid of him. Get rid of you as well. So if we have a look at ability-wise, 3.5 stars for Cadden, Boyle, McGrath, Yuan. So we've got a number of players that are half decent. Looks like Dylan Levitt. Doesn't look too bad. Potentially 4.5 stars. So he could be quite a decent player. All depends if he hits that potential. But it's actually 4.5 yellow stars, whereas others have the white star, so we never quite know whether they're going to get there or not. So, yeah, he doesn't look too bad. And looking at it, we've got enough players that we're going to play a 4-2-3-1 formation. So that's the general idea. Because of that, yes, Joe Newell is one of our better players. Yes, he can kind of play in that role, but at 1.4 million, he's been around for a number of years. He can go on the transfer market, and we'll try and raise a bit more cash. So at the moment, we've got 2.1 million in the transfer budget, and we've got about 80 grand free. So that doesn't look too bad. Joel Newell is on 3.5 grand a week, so that doesn't. It bodes well. If we have a look at general, they're suggesting that Martin Boyle is our key player, a right winger. He's got some decent pace and acceleration. So, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. He'll do for a season, maybe a season or two. But, yeah, all in all, that looks quite reasonable. The media predict us to finish 5th. The bookies at the moment have us down as 4th at 33s. And saying our best players are Boyle and our goalkeeper, Raphael Salinka, the Austrian goalkeeper. He's 6'5". He's a big lad, isn't he? So he's probably he's just joined. So there we have it. Yeah, no one in the Dream 11. So it's all made up of Rangers and Celtic. So it's now time to have a bit of a deeper dive in the squad, and then go out and see what I can find that will improve us. So, yeah, come back. You'll be back soon, and I'll show you what the squad looks like just before the start of the season. Okay, the transfer window is open, but season's about to start, and we currently have a budget of just over 500,000. A wage budget has increased to 133, so I've slapped the 2 million, well, 1.5 million into the wage budget just to boost that. And as you can see, we're paying 130,000. So we have gone into the transfer market and made some purchases. So where are we? Don't think I sold all these. We didn't start. Josh Campbell is one I have sold. He went out to Sunderland for 275. And then I'm guessing then from the third, other players I brought in, although I don't remember paying that. So that wasn't me. So when was it? I've only brought in 3 transfers. So here we go. So the first guy we brought in was a Malayan left back / centre back. He's Dauda Guindo. He came in having previous played for Salzburg on a free transfer. Quite decent, and I'm very happy with him. Next in through the door was a striker, a Mexican striker who last season played for Chivas. So Jose Juan Macias. He's got a couple of goals in the Europa League. Then we brought in James Balagzi, a left winger / attacking midfielder. Was struggling for an attacking midfielder. We've got him in. Next in through the door was Nathan Ferguson, a coverall defender. We've then brought in Ryan Bennett, a young centre back, in on loan as a squad player. Then we managed to sign Haji. He tends to be quite decent, so we've got him in. Not paying him a great deal, but if he does go, he gets about 40-50% of the transfer. And then the last guy through the door has been Mehdi Zafane. He was rated a lot higher, but hey-oh, it's another defender. So we've covered ourselves, not too bad. Quite happy with most of the transfers. Certainly, Guindo, Macias, and Haji. They certainly helped us. With the bookies, we are 33 to 1/3 favourites. Haji and Guindo are both our best 2 players, and they're right up there. Some of the best players in the league. Obviously, they didn't break into the Dream 11 because we can't afford to spend 25 grand a week or more. Schmeichel's only on 4 grand. Wow. Carter Vickers, 35 grand. There we go. I'm sure some of the 37. We're starting to see some really serious money at Celtic, and Rangers aren't too far behind. But Rangers are down to 3 players in the Dream 11. The rest of them are Celtic. So that's that. Now it's just a case of fingers crossed, away we go. We did play a couple of Conference League games. We beat Hacken 4-2 at their place and drew 2-2. They were both instant results, so I didn't play them at all. So we are now away to Falkirk to start the season. So fingers crossed we can do well, get into the European qualifications again, and bring some cash in. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Right, our sim the season. We'll see you soon. Right, season's ended, and well, good news, we've still got a job. Transfer budget is 2.3 million. Wage budget is still 133, so that's all right. Sponsorship. We've got a main kit sponsor. Look. When does that expire? In a month's time or so. So that could be nervy. Right, let's have a look at competitions then. And what can we see? Well, it was runner-up in the Viaplay Cup. So let's have a look at the Viaplay Cup first off then. So we lost to Rangers in the final. In the semi-final, we beat Celtic on pens. Whoa, quarterfinals, we beat St Mirren. Second round, we beat Ayr. Were we in a group? No, we weren't, so that's fine. Knocked out in the league path. Oh no, look, Rangers are in the final. So we lost 6-0. That is horrendous. We won 3-1 away. We lost 6-0 at home. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we beat Malabor 7-3 on aggregate. Oh dear, Scottish Cup. Well, look, we're knocked out by Rangers. At least they're not going to win that one then. Celtic are going to win that. We're in the quarterfinal, weren't we? So we lost 3-0 to Rangers there. In the 5th round, we had beaten Livingston 2-1. 4th round, we're away to Arbroath, won that one 4-2. 3rd round, do we enter in the 3rd round? No, we don't. Okay. And then The relegation playoff final. We're not interested. Oh no, we can't. Oh. 15 defeats across the season. 5-0 to 4-1 to Rangers. We had to play Celtic twice away from home there. Right, goals. Goals. Macias got 20 goals. At least that wasn't so bad. Average rating, no one there. Assists. Hadji got 8 assists. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that is not good. Not good at all. So if we have a look at the schedule, we won the last game. What a run there, look. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. 5-0, 3-0. Dear, oh dear, oh. There's a nice 4-game winning streak there. But 3 defeats on the bounce. Oh, it was 6-0 away. Okay, so that's not so bad. Okay. Yeah. All in all, that is not very successful. I don't think the 4-2-3-1 is going to work. That's what I look initially. I don't think it's going to work. So back to the drawing board there. So have a look at the squad and we'll go selection info. So Jose Juan Macias, 31 goals in 46 appearances, 20 and 35 in the league. He's decent and several teams want him. 13 goals from Eli Ewan. So I'm quite happy for him to go. Haji got 12 goals, 10 assists. There's no one interested, so fingers crossed we can keep hold of him. Yeah. I'm not worried about keeping any of them really, other than Haji. If we can keep hold of Haji, I think, mind you, I'm not going to play that for. It's difficult to say what formation I want to play without having a 686. That is terrible. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, transfers. Let's see. Did we do any more? Loaned out a couple of players. But no real transfers there. Right, okay. There's much to think about. And if we have a look at the sponsorship income, we are, where are we? Third, 1.6 million. So that's not too, it's just a terrible league, isn't it? Right, okay, I will now go away and see if we can improve the squad, change the formation. We'll see at the end of the summer. The summer is done, well, most of it anyway, and the real big news is 2 days after I said, oh, we've still got a job, the board came in and says, we want to talk to you about your performance as manager. I'm thinking, oh no. Yeah, they weren't best pleased. So I blamed it on injuries, and they said, we'll take that into account, but your performance has to be better. So fingers crossed, the dynamics are stronger now. I'll just talk about the finances at the moment. We've got 6.3 million in the bank, 1.3 million in our transfer budget, 190,000 in the wage budget, so that's gone up. Sponsorship is up. We did sign a general kit sponsor, a main kit sponsor and a general sponsorship and back a shirt and all sorts of stuff like that. So we have certainly progressed in the sponsorship. It's now up to 2.9 million. So we've got a bit of a gap between us and Motherwell, and hopefully we're closing the chasm between us and Rangers. So on that side, not so bad. If we have a look at the season preview, we are now third at 33 to 1. That seems very familiar. Fairly certain last season we were third at 33 to 1s. But there is one bit of news. Well, there's actually 2 bits of news. We've got 2 players visible as key players. We've also got I would say a third best player, but it's not literally, is it? Because Celtic probably got 7 or 8 better than us. But our goalkeeper is the best in the league. So he's moved above Jack Butland, so that's a bit of good news. And I'll show you the transfer business now. So we have been a little bit busy. Oh, clauses. What have we got? McGee. Oh, yes, please. There we go. That's going to boost the coffers. So if only I'd paid attention, that's another 3 million I could have spent. So as you can see, we brought in 9.25 and sold 25 million pounds worth. Sorry, bought 25 million pounds of the players and sold 9.25. But that's not the true story, because back end of last season, we had to sell a couple of players. So the ones I was trying to get rid of anyway were the likes of, well, I wasn't too bothered by Alassana Manor and Martin Boyle. We got a nice 3.3 million for him. Manor 800,000. O'Hora 235. McGrath 350. Unfortunately, our good old Daldo Guindo, Ipswich is our minimum release fee, so we had to sell him for 11.5 million. So that brought in plenty of cash. We did splash some cash on Reece Bennett. We had him in on loan, and to be honest, he improved dramatically. So we thought, you know what, we'll sign him. He's only come in on cheap, so 350,000. So thank you very much. Then when the season rolled over, we continued selling Zafane, who I brought in for 160,000. Masasas, the Mexican, went out for his minimum release fee of 6 million to Feyenoord. We also sold Megwa, we're up to 1.5 million, and Eli Yuan for 1.5 million as well. So we've brought in a few quid there, and we then started spending. I wanted a big man, and Nathan Lowe has been good for me in the past. He's 6'5", he's 18, he's got bags of potential. If we get him playing at 18, I'm sure he's going to improve even more than what we've had in previous saves. So fingers crossed, that's going to be a good one. We did put some money on the Never Never with him. We didn't for the rest. So Canizares, who you've already seen, is the best goalkeeper in the league. 3.1 million. So scouts found him and said, yes, please. So signed him. Sava Sestek is a centre-back. He's Serbian. He's 23. Doesn't look too bad. He's 6'4", so he's going to be a threat from corners. We were really beefing up the defence. So we got Formose Mende as well. He's come in from Lorient. They spent 6.5 million on him. We bought him at 2.9. We then bought a left back in Puches. He's Polish. He's come in from somewhere. I'm guessing it must be in Kiel. 2.5 million. It was, look. Bamba Dieng, a striker. We bought him in for 2.5 million. So he's got some pace. So it's the big man and a pacey man next to him. Here's my thoughts. Samstead, a right back. He's come in from Birmingham for 2.1 million. So that's the entire back four upgraded. And we brought in a youngster, Petrovic, in midfield. He did have more stars of potential ability, but we'll see what happens there. And then we got this Saudi, who was 3.5 star, but he's dropped down to 3-star. So it's one of those. He can play in multiple positions, so that's pretty decent. We're happy with him. And then we've just signed this guy, another Serbian. He's 6'2". Hasn't got the pace, but he's not a bad centre back. Potentially at full potential, or he could get another star, depending on how he goes. So we'll see. So we've got a couple of really good centre backs. Rocky Bashiri, I like him. We've played some cup games, and you can actually see that he actually comes up with Rocky. So it's not Bashiri, he's just seen as Rocky. So what a player. I've never signed him before, never had him playing for me before, so that's an interesting one. So there we go. We spent 25 million pounds worth of players. I feel we are better this year than we were last. The dynamics are pretty decent. Jordan Smith is on his way out to Crystal Palace. That's the only downer at the moment at the club. Team cohesion is average, so those playing the cup, there's whatever it's called, the Visplay Cup. Because we weren't in Europe, we had to go into the groups. So we played the 4 group games, won them convincingly, beat Arbroath 5-1, Montrose 3-0, 3-1 against Peterhead, and 6-1 against Stirling. So you play something like a second, first championship, something like that, all in the group. So yeah, not too bad. Look, 17 goals scored, 3 conceded, plus 14 goal difference, 12 points. It's a nice start to the season. And yeah, and of course, selling those clauses, we've now got 5 million. So I might have a quick nosy. If I buy anyone, I'll be back. If not, I'm going to sim the season, and we'll see you after the season ends. And just like that, season 2 is done. In the books, we have a balance of 2 million. The transfer budget is 5.4 million. So it was 5.3 when I left. I didn't buy anyone. Projection is not looking so good next year. Doesn't look like there's any more sponsors or anything like that. So let's jump into competitions. And well, we can see there straight away we're runners up in the Scottish Cup. So let's jump straight in there and see that we lost to Celtic. In the semi-final, we beat Hearts 3-0. In the quarterfinals, we beat Rangers 3-0. In the 5th round, we beat St Johnstone 4-0. And in the 4th round, we beat Dundee United 4-2. Wasn't too bad then. The Viz play, we were knocked out by Aberdeen, the eventual runners-up. So second round, we won on penalties against Dunfermline. Did well there, didn't we? And then we lost to Aberdeen in the quarterfinals. And then in the Cinch Premiership, we had to qualify for the Europa League. The performance is 70%, so that can't be too bad. And the survey says we finished 2 points above Rangers. Get in there. How about that? I would say we're quite close to Celtic. No, we weren't. Celtic got 101 points. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. They lost to Aberdeen. Yeah. Well, that's not too bad. We've got in second. We've got Champions League. Look. We can see that Nathan Lowe got 19 goals and was top goal scorer. Harji got 7.41 average, 13 assists. Puchaz got 10. Lowe got 7 man of the matches. We didn't have a goalkeeper there, but let's have a look at goals then. He got 19 in 31. 3 clear of the next man. Not a big goal scoring league, is it? But there we have it. That's quite promising. So squad, that's not so good. Hadji's on loan. He looks pretty decent, doesn't he? He played 8 games for Ajax. Does that mean he's going? He had to play 10 games. Otherwise, he'd have gone for 7.25. Interesting. Okay. Everything there looks pretty good. So back to the squad and selection info then. Nathan Lowe got 25 goals overall. Bamba Dieng only got the 12. So, yeah, he's now a 3-star player, a good Cinch Premiership player. Could improve a lot. So, yeah, good first season for Nathan Lowe. What's his value? Hasn't shot up or anything like that, which is disappointing. Bamba Dieng, we signed him for what, 2.5 million. He's now worth 7.5 million. So, yeah, if somebody wants to buy him, I'm not opposed to selling him. Chaz got 14 assists and 6 goals. It's the Hadji one. we'll see what happens. Mulligan is wanted by Sheffield Wednesday. A couple of players are on the way out, and Mendy is wanted by Lech. We signed him for 2.9, so if we get close to 6.5, or even 6, we'll let him go. It's all about reinvestment. So average ratings then, Mulligan. He played well in one of the cup games, got 3 goals in it from right wing back. That's the formation we're playing. So yeah. If we have a look here and season preview, Celtic obviously signed a goalkeeper, £20 million. They live in a different stratosphere, don't they? Who is considerably better than our man. Right, there we have it. I've got £5 million to spend with, which is twice as much as last year. And no doubt 1 or 2 players will go. We'll see what happens then. Right, I'll see you at the end of the summer. Okay, here we go. We have 4 million in the bank. We have nothing, 0, zip. Absolutely sweet FA in the transfer budget and a wage budget of 295,000, which we're spending 239. It could go up to 252 if, well, as and when Samkovic, joins us. Players then, we did some business. We've let go. Lewis Miller, he went to Houston for 875,000. Joe Newell went to Aberdeen for 800,000, and Jack Erdale to Kilmarnock for 375. We did bring in Veljko Vukovic, a Serbian forward. He's 18 and can play across the front 4, basically. We followed that up with a young right back, Habib Iguane. He's come in. Let's move him up to the senior side because he's not there at the moment. From Man United on a freebie. We then signed a right winger, Anis Haji Musa, from Troyes. We went back to Man United to bring in Rosangelo Dahl, a left winger. So he's Dutch, 21. He's come in because we can get someone in on loan. Diego Gomez is a potential player. Hopefully he lives up to that potential. He's 22 already, but 2-star. Everyone thinks he's going to have 4-star, so fingers crossed he can get some game time and play. Tay Ashby-Hammond has come in because we needed a backup goalkeeper. And then we've signed Niall Hughes because we wanted a backup left back. He can also play right back. Players out. Bamba Dieng, the striker. He went out for 4.3 million to AEK Athens. Sami Al-Najali. He was the Saudi midfielder. We sold him for 850,000. Jordan Abita has been around for a while, not played, 44,000. Josh Mulligan has gone out on loan, and Raphael Salinger is last season's keeper. No, not last season, the season before's keeper. Crystal Palace came in for him. That's why we brought in Tay Ashby-Hammond. So that was our dealings. 5.25 in, 5.25 out. Nice and symmetrical there. We do have one other player joining us. He is another goalkeeper. He is quite decent. He's joining in January. It's going to be a toss-up between him and Canizares. I basically got him, A, because he's free, and B, because I think Canizares will leave at some point. So competition-wise, we are in the Champions League. We've progressed from the second qualifying round in the league path to the third. We beat Panathinaikos 7-1 at their place and 2-0 at home. So proceeding quite nicely there. And then the Cinch Premiership starts today. We are 18-1 outsiders. And look, we are closing in on Rangers. Purchase, our left back, is in the team, the Dream 11. Haji probably would be if they actually had an attacking midfielder rather than this defensive rubbish. Perhaps take Bajrami out, put McGregor in there and get Haji in. So we could then have 2. So it doesn't look too bad there. Fingers crossed we can overcome Rangers again. That would be very nice. And that is about that. So it's now just a hope like I say, we draw Salzburg in the third, qualifying in the league path. We win that, then there's a playoff, and then it'll go into the groups. If we don't win that, I think we drop into the Europa League, and then might drop into the Conference League. So we should, in theory, be playing some kind of European football this year. But that's that at the moment. Right, I'm going to sim the season. We'll see you at the end. Well, another season is in the books, and the overall balance doesn't look so good. 650,000. Transfer budget doesn't look as good. 2.7 million. Wage budget, we've still got 50 grand available, so that's not so bad. Competitions then. Champions League, we were knocked out in the third qualifying round by Salzburg. So if we league path third qualifying round, we lost 4-1 on aggregate. Okay, not so good. Then in the Europa League, we were knocked out in the playoff round by Porto. So we have a look at. Well, I assume we just dropped straight in then. Looks like we dropped straight in, and we finished 18th with 3 defeats to Villarreal, Legia, and Porto, 2 draws to Olympiacos and Trabzonspor, but we beat AZ, Rapid, and Twente. So that wasn't so bad then. Runners up in the Via Play Cup and quarter-finalists. So if we have a look at the Via Play Cup, we lost to Celtic. Let's have a look at the other. In the semi-final, we beat Motherwell. In the quarter-final, we managed to beat Dunfermline. And in the second round, we beat Dundee United. Just Rangers lost a penalty to Hearts. Okay, so that's why they won. And then Scottish Cup, then it's Celtic Dundee in the final. We beat Aberdeen in the fourth round. In the third round, we didn't play, did we, sir? And in the fifth round, we beat East 5-7-3. And then in the quarters, we lost to St Mirren. And then in the league, we finished third. That's quite miserable, really. Nathan Lowe got 22 goals. So he got more goals than last year, but finishes second. Zach Ruddin has come from nowhere, and St Mirren have suddenly said, hang on, if Hibs can get a top goal scorer with a big man up front, we'll do exactly the same. So Nathan Lowe got 22 from 37. Haji got 17 from 37. So those two did all right. Haji got 13 assists. Yeah, okay. Not looking great. Celtic just own the league now, which isn't great. St Mirren, 50-1 outsiders. They did rather well. Let's have a look at the squad selection info. So goals. Nathan Lowe, 38 goals, 10 assists. So 22 in the league, 6 in Europa, 5 in the Champions League, 3 in one cup, 2 in the other. So he's not done too badly. Can't complain about that. Then Haji, who did sign a new contract, so is sticking around for a moment. He has got a £20 million release clause, which I don't mind if Wolves want to pay that. It would certainly give us a bit of dough to start rebuilding, but he got 30 goals and 22 assists. De Silva, 12 goals, 5 assists. Haji Musasa with 10 goals, 18 assists. Dahl got 8 goals and 13 assists. He didn't look too bad. Diego Gomez is now a 3-star player. Canazeres is still around. He's still the number 1. He's a leading Who's interested? Fulham. Has he got any? Yes, he's got a minimum release clause of 11 million. So we might be losing some of our bigger players. So we'll see what happens then. We certainly need to do something. The board are happy-ish, B minus. Yeah, I'm not sure if this change of formation is working. So we started with a 4-2-3-1, found that we conceded too many goals. So we went 5 at the back. That did all right, got us up to second. Do we go back to the 5 at the back? I don't know. I guess it all depends on how good the centre backs are, really, doesn't it? And that's going to be the key. Right, let's see what players we lose, and then see what I can do about replacing them with 2.7 million in transfer budget. Okay, another summer is done, and we have 1.9 million in the bank. Don't think we had any increase in sponsorship. Projections looking horrid. We've got 2.2 million left in the transfer budget, and a wage budget of up to, let's increase to 360 now. We're currently paying almost 310. So a bit of fun there. We do have a player joining us on loan, Milos Prokic, a attacking midfielder. He's 17 on his basically 3 days after his 18th birthday. He's joining us, and then we've got a optional future fee for him. So we'll see what happens there. Back end of last year, then, so we did sell a number of players. Rory Whittaker and Freddie Owens went out on freebies. Chris Cadden went for 550, and then we lost Canizares for 10.5 million, rising to 13.5 to Aston Villa. We also lost Bojan Kavicevic to Wolves for 8 million, rising to 10. So that was the big sales. Not great because I wanted to keep Bojan, but hey ho. We did bring in Jovica Setovic, a young forward, playing any of the attacking 4 positions. And then we also sold Sava Sestic, the centre back, Kieran Bowie, our young forward, plays as a winger or striker, and Formose Mendy, the defender. We did bring in Petar Petrovic, a Serbian 21-year-old centre back. Doesn't look too bad. We followed that with another Serbian. This is Bojan Saramovic, another centre back. Daniel Armstrong, a Scottish right winger, joined from Dinamo Bucharest. Then we've signed Reina, a Brazilian forward. He can play in any of the front 3 positions on a free transfer. Charles Sago has come in from Arsenal. He's a English winger. We spent a lot of money on him, so fingers crossed he turns out to be okay. And then we've got a Serbian right back, Marinko Milodonovic, a right back, Vladimir Savic, a Serbian striker, and we also signed a Romanian defensive midfielder in Alian Enash, who looks quite decent. He came from Cluj, so 4.2 million there. He's going to be our main man sitting at the base. We do have a youngster ourselves that could play there as well, but he's a little bit better. So competition-wise, we have a season preview of us at 18-1. Reina is our best player. Hadji isn't too far behind. And we are actually switching to this kind of formation. So, yeah, it looks like Celtic have got themselves a new goalkeeper. They sold the last one and spent 3.1 million on bringing Song Bum Kyun. Sam Bum Kyun. There we go. And yeah, Badrami is the only Rangers player in the Dream 11. So they're doing well, aren't they? Yeah, it's not looking good, I must say, but fingers crossed we can go out. If we beat Ross County and start putting pressure on Rangers, perhaps we get that second place again. I've concentrated on buying youngsters this summer. hopefully a year of them getting experience will improve them and push us above Rangers. That's the hope. Otherwise, it's failing miserably at the moment. This. Right, I'll get the season simulated and we'll see you shortly. Okie dokie, we are back, and we are back with a minus £2.4 million budget balance. Our transfer budget is £3 million, and wage budget 360,000. So we've got about 60 grand in wage budget. But more importantly, competitions, and we were runners up in the Scottish Cup. So in the Viaplay Cup, we were knocked out in the semi-final by Celtic, who beat Ross County in the final. In the quarter-final, we beat Rangers. In the second round, we beat Clyde. So that was that run. The Scottish Cup then. So we lost 4-1 to Celtic in the final. In the semi-final, we beat Motherwell 3-0. In the quarters, we beat St Mirren 4-0. 7-2 against Dundee United away in the fifth round. And in the fourth round, we beat Ayr 3-0. Europa League, we were knocked out in the playoff round by Sevilla. So, I think it's League Path third qualifying. Were we in that? We had a playoff game against Trabzonspor. Dear. Which we won 5-2 on aggregate. And then into the league phase, we finished 17th. 3 defeats, Nice, Midtjylland and Astana. 2 draws against Roma and Chelsea, that's not bad. And wins against Legia, Celja, whoever they are, and Rapid. So, yeah, that went too great. And then in the knockout playoff round, we were beaten by Sevilla, 5-4 on aggregate. They won 4-1 in the second leg. Friendly Cup. We won the Friendly Cup. Woohoo! And in the league, we finished second, 12 points beyond Celtic. That's quite impressive. St Mirren finished third, and Rangers were fourth. Nathan Lowe has another year where he's in the top 2. This time he's finished top again of the goal scorers, 20 and 30. Rayner had 12 assists. And our keeper, Zelko Samakovic, didn't play too badly and managed to get 14 clean sheets. Can't be bad indeed. So if season preview, yeah, we've lost everyone. Rangers have got a couple of players in there again now, which is most... I was going to say they got Diamande, but it's a different Diamande. He doesn't look too bad, though. That's particularly annoying. Hopefully, some good clubs come along and steal them from them. Right. The squad then, selections and goals. Nathan Lowe finished with 34. He's out for a few weeks. Doesn't look too bad. Coach is now saying he's a leading cinch. So he's not done too badly. Musasa, 18 goals and 10 assists. I didn't think he'd be playing, to be honest. He's done well. So Rayner, 12 goals and 18 assists. Haji still around with his 20. That's now suggesting we might see someone try and buy him. That'd be nice. Get 20 million. That'll give us another chance to rebuild. And Josh Da Silva. There's people sniffing around Bournemouth. So we'll see what happens. So, yeah. Daniel Armstrong, bit of a disappointment. I was expecting him to do a lot more, but obviously my assistant manager fancied Hardy Masasa a lot more. And, yeah, let's have a look at average rating-wise. We had a few decent players. Perhaps I should have gone all out and got a better goalkeeper, but hey-ho. I was hoping he would develop and push on to be a 4-star player, but doesn't look like it. Right, there we have it. It's disappointing. There's too many reds, too many brackets. We have got 3 million to play with. We're in the Champions League again. I don't know whether we can do it for another year. If we can get in there for a third year, it's all about trying to get in the Champions League. If you get in the group phase, then you're laughing. I don't think. What did Celtic do, for instance? They did make it into the group phase, and they got 1 win against Sparta Prague. So yeah, I think it's unrealistic to get anything, say anything other than we might do something in the Conference League if we get relegated into that. That might be it. But there we have it. Right, I'm going to do the final summer rebuild, and we'll see you soon. Well, our final summer is done. We're about to start the season on the 31st of July. We have just played Olympiacos off the park at their place and ours. We won 7-0 on aggregate. We were superb. And we start the season at home against Kilmarnock. So finances wise, we have 15 million in the bank, and the projection says we're going to finish the season with 7. We have 16 million in the transfer budget. We have 370,000 in the wage budget. We are 95,000 under. We are owed 7 million in debts, and we had a new main kit sponsor. Our finances are looking good. If we have a look at sponsorship income, we're at 4.6 million now. So we are closing the gap there. We are 16-1 outsiders. Rangers are 13-2. So they're 6.5s. So we're getting a little bit closer, but not close enough. Rayner is our only player in the Dream 11. And as you can see, Samuels of Dundee is considered the best left back. There's not much in the way of left backs in this country. Diamande, I'd like to have bought him. It was just quoted ridiculous money. So I did inquire, just because it was at the time Rangers' only player in the Dream 11. They've since got James Trafford. So on to transfers. We have done a little bit of business here and there. We just released McIntyre. Barron and Armstrong have both gone out on loan, and we didn't bring anyone in there. So we sold Josh Da Silva for 15.25 million, rising to 18.75 to Bournemouth. Sitovic has gone to Aberdeen for 170,000. Haj Musasa went for 6.5 million, and Purchase went out for 4.6 million. He says he's not going to sign a new contract, so we sold him. We brought in Milos Prokic, the guy we had on loan. I'm not sure. No, it didn't. It didn't count because I didn't sign him because I forgot about him. Dusan Dozlov is Musasa's replacement, so we've got a decent right winger. Jesus Vasquez is our left back. He replaces. I don't understand how he's not the best left back. Why isn't he in the Dream 11? But yeah, he's come in from Lons for 1.74. Dusloff was 2.7. We signed Calvin Ramsey on a free because he's Scottish and trained in Scotland. We needed someone there. And then we're just trying to find centre-backs. We got Alfie Dorrington in on loan. It's one of those. It's pointless. Juan David Mena. If I was doing a longer-term save, would be great. I'll be playing him all the time, make him get better and better and better. But it's one of those. I just can't help myself at times, and we've got loads of money, and I'm struggling to spend it. The players that I tried to get in, that improve the squad, didn't want to join. Willie Kabamba, he wanted to sign on the loan, but Villarreal, someone in Spain, didn't want to loan him out. I agreed to buy him, and he said no. It's things like that. It was just frustrating. So you could sign players on loan, but they can't sign on loan, and yeah, it's just a crap show. But there we have it. We'll roll the. Well, we've done what we can. I'm not hopeful this year. The squad's not as good as it was, but we'll see how we go. We'll find out very soon. So here we go. The final season has ended, and the balance is 10 million. That's quite a healthy bank balance. The transfer budget is even more healthy at 17 million. Wage budget at 370, which is probably what it was last time. Projections are looking quite decent. Doesn't look like any new sponsorships. Transfer debt is down, so we've obviously had some money come in. That all looks positive. Competitions wise, and yeah, that doesn't look so positive. So Champions League, we're knocked out in the third qualifying round by Nice. Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything else. We played Olympiacos, beat them, and Nice were the team we were drawn against. So we went into the Europa Cup, where did we go straight in? I think so. We dropped straight into the league phase, where we won 4 games, which is impressive, against Lyon, Bodo Glimt, Ludogorets, and Astana. Drew against Brentford and lost to Napoli, Sevilla, and Besiktas. So, yeah, that's fairly reasonable. Look at that, sick Rangers. Ugh. Oh, so in the knockouts, we played and beat Feyenoord. How about that? Our first ever qualifying into the round of 16, where we came up against Brentford and lost to it. In the Viaplay Cup, Celtic won. They beat Kilmarnock, who beat us. We then, in the previous round, we had beaten Inverness Caledonia Thistle 6-1, and in the second round, we beat Dundee United 4-1. So, Scottish Cup, Hearts won it against St Johnstone in the semi-final. Dundee were beaten by St Johnstone. Hearts beat Celtic. We lost to Dundee, and I'm not seeing Rangers. Rangers were beaten by Hearts. Good on you, Hearts. Well done. Right, that's all the cups. And then in the Premiership, how miserable was that? Terrible. Goals, there was certainly a lack of them. We've only got 3 players in there, and none of them are our striker. So we didn't sell him. He must have been injured. Nathan Lye. Oh, look at that. Damaged cruciate ligaments. He wasn't on a tear either, was he? Only 4 goals in 21 games. His career's over. Oh, how miserable. Right, let's have a look at the squad, and I'll get there eventually. Rayner, 21 goals, 10 assists. Sago, 17 goals, 6 assists. Haji, 17 goals, 9 assists. Doslov, 14 goals, 10 assists, which wasn't too bad. Nathan Lowe got 12 goals and 5 assists in 35, which is quite miserable, really. Burrell has come in from the youth team and scored 7 goals from 4 starts and 21 sub appearances. Jesus Vasquez got 18 assists with his 5 goals. So, yeah, the focal point of our attack. We've had Nathan Lowe for a long time, and yeah, that injury has sort of cost him A, his career, and B, our season. That is quite miserable. But oh, they did have a new manager. That's all right then. I was going to say the previous incumbent, he actually left. Why would Bournemouth offer him the job? He's useless. So there we go. Sorry, Rangers fans. He stuck around like a bad smell for 4 years for you. Did nothing, won 2 cups, and yeah, I was expecting a lot more from this. And if I'd known Hearts were going to be so rubbish, if we have a look at stages and where are they this year? They've got the relegated. So they got relegated there. So, yeah, perhaps if I'd known Hearts were going to be so bad, I'd have taken on Hearts rather than Hibs. But Dundee really have been the surprise pack of them in St Mirren. But Dundee this year, like, yeah. I would like to say I enjoyed it, but it's been very tough. You have to sell so much to bring in some players. The fourth summer was good. We had loads of players come up on our scouting. This last summer, terrible. The third summer was just the same. So the first summer was great. There was loads of free agents. Trying to get them to sign was tough. We managed to sign 3 or 4, and Harji was one of them who stuck with us throughout, and his contract's just expired. But hey ho. Do we have any positives from the youngsters? So Rayner's still around and not too bad. Sago's improved. Daslov didn't play enough. Diego Gomez must be a positive. We signed him as a 2-star player, and look at him now. He's a 3.5-star player. So he kicked on. But the trouble is, Samkovic, for instance, he came in as a backup in that first half of the season and basically lost all of his ability, which is unfortunate. Someone like Dara is only going to improve, but didn't get enough game time this year. There's another youngster. Who is he? Where is he? He was injured, isn't he? Aitchison is another youngster that's come through. Probably didn't play, and he played 31 times, so it's probably shown some improvement. I think if I'm doing this again in the future, I'm just gonna have to concentrate on youth in the first few years. Perhaps in that first season, you bring in the experience, and then after that, you could bring youngsters that fill in gaps, give them a couple of seasons to improve, and then hopefully it all takes off and you go swimmingly well. But there we have it. If you've got this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon for some FM26 content. The beta drops very soon. Or at least it better do. Until then, ta-da.